My brothers and sisters, contemporary marketers claim the average American receives approximately 10,000 stimuli to buy products every day. And many of these come gift wrapped in sensual packaging that a convincing voice claims you need and deserve. And through this invasion of data overload come matters to derail the believer from their spiritual mission. This is why 1 John 4:1 is so vitally important to memorize and deploy regularly. For the believer to remain on track spiritually requires your priorities align with Yahuah's will for your life every day. You spend your time according to your priorities, resting on the foundation of your doctrine, which is laid by what you internalize. Scripture exhorts believers to pray always, Luke 18:1, and without ceasing, 1 Thessalonians 5:17. And many people do express needs, but few ever develop the discipline of being thankful in and for all things, including the struggles you encounter and the difficult people you deal with, Ephesians 5:20 and 1 Thessalonians 5:18. And even fewer even try to listen for his response with purpose to obey. It is crucial for the maturing believer to develop a teachable ruach, because every struggle you encounter is a divine seminary class or course to instill a spiritual principle you will need for future mission assignments. In this arena, Yahuah also gave instruction concerning your interface with others. Ye have heard that it hath been said, Thou shalt love thy neighbor and hate thine enemy. But I say unto you, love your enemies, barak them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you. Matthew 5:43 through 44. The bottom line here is you will not embrace this command until you have a few difficult people to practice on. There is all sort of propaganda about this in religious circles, but the Apostle Shaul passed the responsibility of being Yahuah's ambassador to every believer, Ephesians 6:20, which means it is important to have clear communication with Yahuah's throne room continually. Weak preaching in the 20th century transformed spiritual birth to a mental exercise by replacing "you must be born again" with "just make a decision for Yahusha" or "accept Yahusha into your heart." Many people marched down aisles and signed cards indicating they had decided for Yahusha and were led to believe they were saved. Only a small minority of these people were disciplined to establish them spiritually. Parents generally spend 2 decades or more preparing their children for life. But the 20th and 21st century churches effectively threw babes in Mashiach, 1 Corinthians 3:1, out with the bathwater. In concert, biblical doctrine became viewed as an anathema, as preachers avoided any mention of heaven, hell, sin, or the need for progressive sanctification, and discipleship disappeared like the Oldsmobile. This relax of biblical directives, together with the divergence from biblical preaching, replaced Elohim-centered theology with a man-centered counterpart to glorify humanity, now known as easy believism. While church numbers grew exponentially, spiritual maturity vanished. Growing numbers of congregants, believing they were believers, confessed a dismal prayer life, together with uncertainty about where they will spend eternity. No assurance of salvation. While I never heard it preached, the popular application of decisional regeneration was, I'm just hanging out with my seatbelt fastened until Yahuah raptures me out of here. This was an evangelistic exercise for all to come join the church of Laodicea, which Yahuah condemned in Revelation 3:14 through 22. Yahuah criticized Laodicean congregants for being neither spiritually hot nor spiritually cold, but lukewarm, and spewed them from his mouth. In short, that congregation before Yahuah was spiritual vomit. Shalom.